Hi everyone, it's Grada here. Sorry I'm a bit late. My little stand keeps falling over and collapsing. I am so happy to see you all again tonight. And I want to take you through a little exercise that's hopefully going to reduce your stresses that are building up in your body and make you feel safe and good in yourself again. Because it's of course very, very difficult times for everyone, and not only are we dealing with the fear of the threat of falling ill, but even more so the economic fallout. So every one of us, we just have to take one day at a time. Hi Michelle, how are you? Good to see you here. And so tonight I want to take you on a journey inward, where it's nice and peaceful, where you can connect to your own life force. And our life force, which is your true essence, by the way, is always perfectly healthy, because that's the part that's never affected by circumstances. So inside all of us, you could say we have this continual flow of energy. That doesn't come from sleep, it doesn't come from food or drink, it literally comes from the universe. And have a guess what? If you think of the universe at the moment, like Mother Nature is receiving a beautiful reset, like Mother Nature is literally thriving at the moment. You've probably seen pictures of the waters clearing up everywhere and dolphins and birds singing, and so Mother Nature is not having a crisis. It's humanity that's experiencing a crisis. So we have to make sure that they're two different things, right? And our body, of course, is Mother Nature, and our body, for us, it's much more natural to be healthy than to be sick. So I think that's a positive thing. It's abnormal to be sick, and so when we are sick or we get unwell or a little bit unwell, our body knows perfectly well how to get better when we give our bodies what it needs. And most of the time, of course, what we need is, sorry, I hope you can hear me. What we need is adequate rest. So with all the lockdowns, we have no excuse now not to rest anymore. So, and most of us are probably long overdue to have like 10 days in bed. Because have you heard of the saying that for every decade you've been alive, and I've been alive, say, 58 years, which is nearly 6 decades, for every decade you should stay in bed for a week, like you're allowed to give yourself a week's rest. So I'm due for 6 weeks rest and I can't wait actually to do that one time, see if I can last that long. But anyway, give yourself a chance to sleep more, to sleep in, while Mother Nature is receiving a reset. Give your body a beautiful reset, because even the washing machine sometimes stops working, and then all it really needs is you turn the power point off, you pull the power cord out of the power point, at least that's what I do, and then I put it back in, and then miraculously it'll work again till it stops again. The same with my computer and my phone and all, all your power tools. I don't really have any power tools. I don't know if traders do that, but it works well for me, because even metal gets tired. And so our bodies need a complete reset. And now's a wonderful time to do that. Okay, but at the same time, I'm not going to make light of all the stresses and overwhelm for people who are losing business, people who are losing their job, mothers who can't buy groceries, people who can't pay their rent, people who are worried about their children or their parents getting sick. It's awful, right? It is definitely a fearful thing, and it's perfectly normal to feel fearful. But at the same time, it sounds like a paradox. I want you to remember there is another side of the story as well. There is a flip side of the coin. And the flip side of the coin is that we've never been in this situation before. Old systems are crumbling, the world's falling down. And usually when that sort of thing happens, that means something good is being created, even though we don't see that yet, not yet. So things have to fall apart before they can fall into place. That's one of my favorite sayings. And guess what? In a few weeks' time, we'll probably be looking back at this time and thinking, oh, I wish I'd known how good it's all turned out. I wouldn't have worried so much, because we do have a tendency to over worry. Okay, so remember this. I just want to say, humanity is in crisis, but Mother Nature still has everything under control. And so let's just tune into Mother Nature for a second now by becoming very still. I invite you to close your eyes, breathe in and out, and just become very still for a minute. I'll give myself a minute, and become very, very present for your fears, worry, and stresses. Just become very present for what's going on in your body. Stop running away from it, and honor yourself by giving yourself the time to become present for a minute for your worst fear and worry. So I'm doing that now with you. Okay, because actually if you run away from your fear and stress, it's going to outrun you, right? And you're going to create a huge amount of resistance and tension in your body. That's what's going to make you sick. Well, I shouldn't say that, turn that around. When you just take time to stop a few times in the middle of the day and be present for your worst catastrophic thoughts and fears, doesn't matter how intense they are, just be present for them, because actually that's what the whole lockdown is good for. We literally can't run away anymore. And the secret actually is, the secret of happiness and up-leveling yourself is becoming present for all your dark thoughts that are running the show in the background of your psychological processes, your thinking, the way you look at life. So how bad was that? Just sitting still there, breathing into your body, and becoming fully present for your worst fears. Okay, if you do that for say 10 minutes, I can absolutely guarantee that you will blow them out of the water. Your worst fears and that tension will leave your body, and you will start to feel very, very relaxed and peaceful, because your true nature, your true essence is absolute peace, joy, and unconditional love, nothing else. And we constantly need a reminder of that, and constantly need to be, led to that place so that we can experience it. So I think that's a beautiful, simple exercise and practice, that now that we can't run away anymore, literally, I'm going to invite you to do that and get the benefit from it and see how good that feels, right? And then what happens then, once you become really, really still, you start to tune in to your own energy, your own essence, your true essence. Your true essence is the part of you that is immortal or eternal or unchanging. It's a state of well-being regardless of where you are. So like even people who are in prison or in horrendous circumstances, if they drop down into themselves deep enough, they're going to experience that beautiful state of unshakable peace and unwavering stillness, which is actually something that you don't want to miss out on, right? it's like the most beautiful gift of being a human being that you can experience your own essence, and it will fill your cells with joy and happiness. So I want to do a little practice now. I often do this kind of exercise. It's super basic and super easy. So rub your hands together, and especially rub the inside of your palms, where we have a little chakra, which is like a little power center, and energy is emitted from that. So energy comes out of your body. We're just simply walking antennas, whether you believe that or not. But experiments show that we are literally, a station that constantly receives information and transmits information. And you could say we're walking antennas. So just activate your hand chakras and now create a ball of energy between your hands. So just do that with me. There you go. So I'll just wait for you to do that, and just see if you've already created a ball of energy now between your hands. Okay, so my hands have hit the outside of an invisible energy ball. Literally, my hands don't want to go any closer together. So now I'm going to ask my higher self, or the divine source, or my energy, whatever you like to call it, to make this energy between my hands 100 times more potent for healing. For healing my immune system, resetting my nervous system, de-stressing my body. And as I'm asking for this, I'm also asking my, my intention is that this energy will also go into you, right? My beautiful community of people who've been to me over the years. You're all in my mind and in my heart. And every time I do healing work, it's my intention that some of that healing goes out to all of you, so you feel the benefit. So now feel that energy in between your hands, and now you can simply gift yourself that energy anywhere where you want to put it in your body. So for the sake of you guys seeing me, and you can only see my head, I'm going to put it in my forehead. So you can do that as well. And it's calming my brain down. Okay. So that went in straight away, and I'll do it again. So I'm making another ball of energy. The beauty of energy work is that the more you do it, the more you use energy, the more you work with it, the more you play with it, the more energy there is, right? So it's the opposite to the material world, where the more you eat, the less there is. With energy, the more you use it, the more there is. So make it really nice and powerful. I'm going to put it in my throat this time. Because before, when we were doing that stillness exercise and I was thinking of my worst fears, I actually could feel my throat swell up. Okay, so just keep doing that and gift yourself that beautiful gift of pure energy that's from the universe, that's infinite potential, and put it in your body, literally in your physical body. After a while, you start to get so much energy that you won't be able to go to sleep. So I'm going to suggest that you don't do that. But it's super easy. So remember, you just activate your hand chakras, make a ball, put a beautiful ball of energy in your body somewhere where it's needed to create perfect health. So I wrote this down because this is always so surprising, and I will put this below the video as well. So Mother Nature knows how to thrive even in the worst circumstances, right? And our bodies are fully under control by Mother Nature, and every 11 months we have a completely new body, and our body could be healthier all the time. As we get older, it doesn't have to get less healthy, it can be more healthy, because it's done it so many times already. It should know how to create a perfectly healthy body. My body is definitely healthier than I was in my 20s. I have more energy. I'm more resilient, and I feel way more at peace. So for those of you who are young, like teenagers or 20 or in your 30s, I want to assure you life gets better with age, and I mean that literally as well. So every 4 days you have new stomach lining. So, and the cells inside your stomach that come in contact with hydrochloric acid, they are actually replaced every 5 minutes, which is incredible. So every 5, you already have new stomach cells now since you started listening to me, which is incredible, isn't it? You have new skin every 30 days and a new liver every 6 weeks to 12 weeks. So that's pretty crazy as well, isn't it? Your skeleton is replaced every 6 months, and your brain replaces itself as well. So parts of your lung are new every 6 weeks. So if you think of, if you are addicted to cigarettes, this is a really nice thought to have in the background of your mind, that when you stop smoking, your lungs are already pretty much new every 6 weeks. So how amazing is that? You can give yourself a fresh start. And then of course all the trillions of blood cells, like your red blood cells, are replaced every 110 days, and your white cells are new every 30 days. Your white cells are the ones, you know, that I call them the housewives because your white cells, they're always working in the background, working for nothing, like nobody even appreciates the white cells. And when you look at them under the microscope, they even look kind of sloppy and ugly and weird shaped and unkept creatures, because they're literally overworked and underpaid. And if you eat too much rubbish and food that you shouldn't be eating, let's say you're allergic to gluten but you still eat bread, your white cells are always being mobilized and trying to mop up the mess, and your immune system is going to be very tired. But normally your immune system, like as I said, your white cells live for a month and then they get recycled, and you have new ones. So I think that's about it, what I wanted to say about your body and your nails. Of course, you can tell how healthy you are often by the health of checking the health of your nails and your hair as well, because they're fast growing cells. And you can tell how well you digest your proteins by your eyesight. So some people find that some days they can see really well, and other days their vision isn't so well. That's simply to do with your protein digestion. So like on the days that you're not seeing so well, you actually have to support your digestion so your cells get more proteins, because the little eye muscles are not getting enough protein. So that's a good indicator. Anyway, I'm going off on all sorts of health tangents, which I need to stop doing. I want to finish now with my last energy exercise, which is real fun. Okay, so imagine there is a timeline, say, between when COVID-19 started and when we want this crisis to be finished. Like at the moment, we don't know that yet, but it feels like it's just stretching out into a big timeline, right? So I want you to think of imagine a timeline that's maybe this size, and that means, let's say, it's 6 months of chaos, which hopefully won't happen, but that's what we're all fearing, that's what we're being told. So let's say this is 6 months. So now I'm going to close my eyes, I'm going to use my intention, the power of my true essence, to bring that timeline closer. I'm shortening it. So I'm going to make this time of uncertainty as short as possible. So whatever needs to be done, you know, whatever is meant to be happening around us, because it's always happening for us as well, that it can be done in the shortest amount of time with maximum amount of benefit to all of us. So I'm just shortening it now to say a week. So let's say a week from now on, everything is back to normal. So that's my intention. So just play with that and do that as well. So here is Como saying, okay, we'll be, in uncertainty for another 6 months or something. So that's reality, which is not really reality, but anyway, because trust me, there's no such thing as reality. So just bring that energy of the timeline closer. And so now I've hit a bit of a boundary here. Okay. And I want to shorten that time to maybe about 10 days, let's say 10 days. And whatever needs to be happening, it's finished. Everyone is better, people are going back to work, people are relaxing, trusting in their future, trusting in a good outcome. Mother Nature is still moving along happily, doing her thing, restoring the bird life and animal life in the plant kingdom. And old structures have come down. It is important, I think, that some of these old structures in society have come down, and we're entering a new era, like humanity has up-leveled its consciousness. That's really what we are needing at the moment. So just energize that with your energy, because your energy is way more powerful than you could ever realize. Apparently we have so much energy, like each human being, that we can light up, say, the city of Hobart for 3 days or something like that. But we waste our energy by giving it away, worrying about stuff that's not important, and not looking after ourselves. Okay, so this is my little bit of encouragement for you for the week. I hope that you all stay safe, look after yourself, chill out, tune into your body, rest, have a good laugh, and maybe be excited for what's around the corner. And ask yourself the question, how can I thrive in this situation? You can ask God or the divine or the God of your belief or the universe, it's all the same. You can constantly ask that question, how can I thrive in this situation? How can my children thrive in this situation? How can the whole world start to thrive? So that's a good question that you can think on for the rest of the week, and hopefully you're going to get some wonderful answers that are going to change your life. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, and big love to you all, and I hope to see you next Thursday night again. Bye!